First entries were for gooey dishes with good English names. I had sticky toffee pudding and it was splendid. Oh Bill, I couldn't have put it better myself. We do love a sticky toffee pudding, and it was here in Cumbria that it all began. Whether taken from an old recipe or inspired by the dessert of a Canadian pilot, the history books are somewhat muddled when it comes to the first pudding, but one thing we know for sure is that it's definitely one of the nation's favourites. Here to talk about his version of this classic, Simon Johns at the Cartmel Village shop. Simon, how did you get into the business? I'm guessing you weren't inspired by the Royal Canadian Air Force.
No, actually I wasn't. Really, economics and necessity is probably the reason. My mum and dad bought a village shop in the village of Cartmel, probably 30 years ago now. It was at a time when the shopping habits of people were beginning to change. They would travel 20, 25 miles away to the new superstore. So my parents, having owned a restaurant before, they started making ready meals, casseroles, stews, and the one that really took off was the sticky toffee pudding. A lot of people hadn't had it before. People think that it's an age-old dessert, but I think anyone over 40 or 50, perhaps when they were a kid, won't remember it. Anyone under 30, it's just ubiquitous to them now.
How many were you making at the beginning compared to today?
Well, my mum had two under-counter, two home ovens, hob on the top, an oven underneath, and two trays in each, no sheet pans. She would have to turn them halfway through, so 16 puddings in 45 minutes, 20 an hour.
And now?
About 2 million.
That is quite a leap.
Oh, I did a dry January of no puddings, and this is like manna to heaven. I couldn't have broken my fast with anything better. That's
Alright mate. Hello?
Hello mate, I've got a bit of a problem. Sorry.
What's that?
I've just had a fucking pheasant fly out straight into the windscreen. He's took the fucking windscreen right out. He's just smashed it to ribbons.
Brilliant.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Alright, let me speak to that minute, because I don't know who would sort that out.
Okay.
Alright, 2 seconds.
Louis, still there mate?
Yeah.
I'm going to a farm that is about 5 or 6 miles from Water's Yard. So I don't know whether it might be better, you know, sort of try and get something done there, because obviously it takes a while to get done, doesn't it?
I mean, I don't know where the Waters can sort the screen out. Have they got any screen? No, is it bonded or weather on that one? I can't remember now.
I think it's rubber, isn't it? I haven't stopped since that.